So, I need to tell you a story. I need to tell you a story. Before I play the next song, I'm telling you the story because I wrote the song about this story. It was well, it was an experience. Well, I was in LA, and I'm not that fond of LA, but it's nice if you can go there and be busy, and I was, so it was fine. I was even staying with some friends, which was nice. In LA, they I feel like that's where the whole well, it's called a Hollywood club, like a proper fancy club. Not a big fan of those either. Just I can't afford it. And yet I sometimes end up getting, well, I say dragged. I wasn't forced to go. It wasn't like a go to the club or die situation. Anyway, I went to this Hollywood club. We went for a fancy dinner first, which was delicious. At this club, I'm sure everybody here has been to a fancy club. If you haven't, you should know that there are tables that they say you can buy, but you don't get to take the table home. You're renting the table for like a minute, and you get to pay a lot of money for it. I have never done it, but I've stood by one of those tables that you can buy, and that's what happened that night too. I knew some people who knew some people with big credit cards, and they were nice, and I think they had something to do with the club. Anyway, the story's getting longer than it needs to be. We were at this club, and in the middle of the room, around the walls, there are tables, and in the middle of the room, apparently it's called a floor table, because it's on the floor. And that's where the really, really rich people are. I was not at one of those tables. I was at a wall table, and we were looking at the floor tables, and at one of the floor tables, there was so many young women in very little clothes. I have a 20-year-old little sister, so I'm like, you're not old enough to... I didn't say that. And there's a few of us were discussing, what do they do? And why are they there? And why do they all look like... Clubs like these make you feel inadequate because everybody in there is in really good shape. It's kind of like living in Amsterdam. And just take the compliment, man. Just take it. Everybody is beautiful. Just... No, it's fine. And we're looking at these girls that look like they work out 5 times a week so they can go to this club 3 times a week. And we're wondering, what are they doing? They're just all standing on the benches around the table, looking in onto the table, but we can't see the actual table. And who's sitting at the table? Who's holding the 10-liter bottle of vodka that they paid like a house and a half for? And I never found out because, well, I left. I go back to the house I'm staying at with a few of my friends, and my buddy who I shared a bed with for 10 days, it was very nice. He comes back, he's very drunk, and he goes, dude, with the girls and with the table and with the who's in the middle? And I go, yeah. He goes, fucking, we saw him before we left. Oh, cool. And he goes, no, you don't understand. It was Leonardo DiCaprio. And then I'm like, I now have to tell this whole story. This long-winded story. If I had just stayed for another half an hour, I could have just told you guys, so this one time, I was at the club with Leo. And now, I have to tell this story because all that really happened to me that night in this special club where apparently the Weeknd hangs out, never showed up. And all that happened was that I know someone who saw Leo. So I wrote a song about it. And it's called Girls on Millionaires. I'm gonna play it.